Hey Virgos, welcome to my channel. My name is Echo Moon and I will be doing your June 2018 love reading. This is a general reading, so some of the messages may apply, some of them may not, so just take whatever applies to you. This is going to be for Virgo Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to be focused on your current situation, your focus, where your focus is right now, your challenges, some advice, and outcome. So while I was meditating on your sign, what I got was a feeling of some of you aren't really happy in your current relationship. And I feel you are taking a little bit too much on. You are, true to the earth sign. And I think I said this about Taurus too, but we have this thing, because I'm a Capricorn, so we have this thing where we want to kind of like take on everything because we feel like we can do it the right way, as opposed to sharing some of that responsibility. And what was funny is when I was shuffling your cards, because I was clearing the deck, the energy from the previous reading, and I was clearing this deck, and the cards that popped out from the other deck currently that we have here, two of them popped out was the same two that popped out of that deck, so I'm not surprised whatsoever. So let's get into it. Also, some of you are walking away from a relationship to be single. Excuse me. And also, before I forget, some of you need to look at other ways for coping with your disappointments, um, and your feeling of like loss, because I got the feeling of like some of you guys are struggling with addictions and overindulging in either alcohol, sex, drugs, whatever. Chocolate is an addiction. If you ask me, I'm addicted to chocolate. I mean, give me a break, who isn't? But anyway, that is what came up when I was meditating on your sign, as well as going through some of the cards and shuffling and some of the things that were popping out. So again, this may apply to a percentage of you. This may not apply to all of you. So in your current situation, typically we have two cards, but three came out, so we're going to go with three. You have the Emperor. So feeling in control, building your structure, creating that structure, controlling the structure, feeling like, having authority over that structure, like being your own boss, being confident, knowing what you are, not what you are, who you are, what you stand for. Six of Fire, feeling victorious, feeling like you are getting the recognition that you deserve. And then you have the Nine of Water, which is wish fulfillment. But Nine of Water, and I'm going to tie this into my meditation, okay? Nine of Water isn't just wish fulfillment. Nine of Water can also represent greed and overindulgence. So it's kind of like your current situation, you're feeling good. You may want to celebrate, but don't overdo it. Like, keep that in mind. And that's where I get, like, the drinking. You could be, feeling confident, feeling good, but at the same time, indulging in a little bit of booze, a little bit more booze than usual. And also keep in mind that the Six of Fire, yes, it is recognition, it is victory, but it's also, don't let your ego get out of control as well, okay? So this is why I said, and I think I said in another readings, but this is why I say I don't necessarily read reversals, because the cards in the upright position already have the shadow side. Each card has a shadow side, and it doesn't have to be turned upside down in order to have it. It could be read and interpreted differently, based off of the energies, and also there's enough negative cards in the deck to already have that whole, like, shadow negative vibe, if that makes sense. Let's move along. I digress. Anyway, so your current situation, you're feeling in control, you're feeling confident, you feel like you're getting recognition. Some of you can be feeling like you're getting recognition for the work that you're, or not work, the effort that you're putting in your relationship, which is making you happy, which is making you feel fulfilled. Others of you have control issues, okay? And you could be dealing with a situation where it's kind of like you're getting that recognition, but it's kind of like boosting your ego. It's just like, yeah, like, I got this under control. And, you know, you might be celebrating a little bit too hard. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it don't. Let's move on. For your focus position, we have the Queen of Water and we have the Eight of Fires. Some of you guys could be dealing with a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Okay? This could also be the energy that you're embodying. But if you're dealing with a water sign or any sign that is emotional, that is, you know, intuitive, they're nurturing, they have that motherly effect to them. They can be a little bit manipulating. If you are dealing with them, then that's this person right here. If you're embodying this energy, then you're getting more in touch with your sensitive side. And with that being said, you have the Eight of Fire, so it could be a situation where you're in love, you are focusing on your love life, and it's kind of moving at a fast rate. Everything might be moving a little fast for you, but maybe you like that. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe that's what's making you feel victorious and fulfilled, because whatever you wished for, you're getting it, and it's coming to you quickly. You're manifesting it. So that is something to feel victorious and powerful about. So that's positive. What your challenge is, and this is what popped out, let's put it in order. So your challenge is, and this is why I say some of you guys may be feeling a little burnt out, because you have the Nine of Fire. So this is someone who has basically been through a lot. They're still hanging in there though, but they have their guard up, and that could be your challenge. You might have, you know, too much control over your emotions, because Virgo is a cerebral sign. They are analytical. They're always in their mind. So sometimes you're in your mind and you can have a disconnect when it comes to certain emotions, which could be possibly why you have the Queen of Water in your focus, is that you need to, you know, get in touch with your emotional side. And if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like this is also in your general reading. I believe that was you guys, when I'm like, you're not getting in touch with your emotional side and that's what you need to focus on. I believe that was you. I'm not sure. But either way, that could be it as well. You have your guard up. You know, you feel like you're in control of your emotions, when in reality, you know, you need to let some of that go. Because when your guard is up, you're not open to accept the new things that are coming in for you. The new things that are going to make you grounded, that are going to make you, you know, feel like the earth sign that you are, practical. I feel like this was in your general too, because I always remember the earth signs, because I'm an earth sign too, you know. I'm just saying. Anyway, right, so the challenge here also is the Ace of Earth. So not accepting, you know, a gift that is given to you, not accepting, you know, what you feel is, I got a text message. Not accepting, yeah, so basically being guarded. I apologize, they got distracted. Basically, you having your guard up, your challenges is you need to let some of your guard down, because you're missing out on new opportunities that are coming towards you. And again, sometimes when you feel like you got it all, you have everything figured out, and you don't need anything else, you got everything you need, you fail to realize that you're missing that one thing. And that can be challenging. Ten of Fire is one of your challenges. Too many responsibilities. You are juggling way too much. Too much is going on. I want to say this came out in your general too. I'm not sure, but this is sounding very familiar to me. Ten of fire, yeah, your challenge is letting some of those responsibilities go. You're doing a little bit too much. And yes, that's good that you feel good about it. You know, we all feel accomplished when we feel like we can knock everything out on our list. And I know you are a good multitasker. A lot of you Virgos are good multitaskers. But even with that being said, if you don't share responsibility, if you don't know when to, take a break, you're going to get burnt out. Okay? So that's in your challenge position. Guarding, not accepting new opportunities that are coming your way. Then when we're talking about opportunities, it's not, when it comes to earth energy or pinnacles, coins, whatever the deck may represent, it doesn't always have to be relative to work or money or, practicality and groundedness and stability, etc., etc. In this case, what's tangible is love. That's a tangible thing. That's something that you can have is love. It's something that's material, people are. But either way, you get what I'm saying. In this case, the not accepting or the blockage is you could be blocking a new beginning, a new start with somebody who is going to give you, that's going to match your energy, okay? In your advice, you have clean it up, which is pretty much saying drop some of those burdens that you are juggling right now. Drop some of those responsibilities. And then you have why. So this could be a question that you need to ask yourself. Like, why are you taking on so much? Why do you feel the need to, like, I don't want to say overburden yourself, but why do you feel the need that you got to do everything? Like, focus on, like, the real intention. Like, the why card is more or less about looking within. Go into your hermit mode. Be the Virgo that you are, which I feel like it doesn't even matter. You're always in hermit mode. You're always in your head. I have not met a Virgo who looks like they have it all together on the outside, but on the inside they got a million things going on in their head, and it's like a maze. I call it the rat maze, the mouse maze, because that's exactly what it is. Way too many layers. So yeah, you need to go within, and you need to ask yourself why. Why are you doing so much? Why don't you share some of that responsibility? If you're single, this could be a situation where, because I'm more or less feeling like I'm reading for a couple here, but if you're single, let's look at it from a different angle. If you're single, then yes, like I said in the beginning, you're feeling like you're in control. You're feeling like you're developing that. You have that structure. You're creating that structure. You're building that structure, which is making you feel victorious. This is what you wanted. When it comes to love, it's kind of like you're setting yourself up for something to come in. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you want to be at a certain place. Like, you feel like you need to be at a certain level in order to be with someone, in order to have that wish fulfillment. And that's not always the case. Sometimes you need to be vulnerable. And once you connect with that vulnerability, that's when things speed up. And that's when that love comes in. That's when, those arrows of love, in some decks it's depicted as arrows or wands, coming towards you. This is fast moving energy. This is communication. You're going to manifest the love that you want. But I feel like you need to stop putting so much effort in the details and kind of just relax and go with the flow. Go with the flow. Queen of Water, Nine of Water. You got some cups in here. Go with the flow. Because if not, if you keep staying in that mode of taking on too much, you're going to have that feeling of the outcome being hopeless and helpless. If you're in a relationship, maybe you're giving a lot more than your partner, and in the end you're feeling hopeless and helpless. And that's where I got the the whole, what do I say at the beginning? Some of you guys are going to be single. You know what I mean? That's the feeling that I get. And I got that in your general read too. Like, some of you guys just aren't happy. And I just feel like you're not getting what you deserve in a way. It's like you put in all that hard work, but it's just like, who else is helping you? But you can also be bringing this upon yourself and not letting anybody in to help you. Keep that in mind. So you're going to feel like the outcome is hopeless and helpless and detaching. You're going to detach from the situation so that way you can go within and you can find that answer that you need to that question of why. I mean, you have good cards here as far as your situation and even your focus. Your challenges aren't bad. I mean, your challenges is basically like, let some of those burdens go, share the responsibility, clean it up. But for the outcome to be detached and to feel hopeless and helpless, it kind of feels like, maybe you are feeling a little, like I said, the ego. You're feeling a little bit too in control. Like that can be a challenge, not just your situation. That also poses a challenge of having too much control, wanting to be in control of everything, and it kind of backfires in the long run. So we're going to get 3 clarifiers, and I'm even going to clarify the outcome because that's a little bit womp wompy. So again, you got the Queen of Mirrors, which is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is clarifying your current situation. So a lot of you guys could be dealing with a water sign. And I never say, oh yeah, you definitely are. I usually just bring up the sign like, yeah, you could be. But this showed up twice. So either you need to get in touch with your emotional side, or you're dealing with, as if you're in a relationship or coupled, dealing with somebody, talking to somebody, you could be dealing with the water sign. And sometimes they need a little bit more nurturing than other signs, especially if it's like a Cancer or a Pisces. And I know, being an earth sign, we're emotional, we can nurture, but our focus is more on structure. And like, we have, like, it's like we create individually, is like earth signs create their own set of rules and they live by them, and it's just like they don't like to deter from that. So sometimes if you have somebody who's a little bit too overly emotional, it's kind of like, what's your problem? Like, get it together. Like, there's things to do. Like, why are you sitting there complaining? Why are you sitting there crying to me about X, Y, and Z? You know what I mean? So food for thought. But yes, that came in your clarifying position for your current situation. So let's see what we have for clarifying your focus. Alright, let me pull out the rest of the clarifiers and then I'm going to go over them, okay? Let's do that. Let's get a clarifier for the outcome, please. Okay. So, for the clarifier for the focus, we originally had the Queen of Water, so the Queen of Cups, and we also had the Eight of Fire, emotions, passion, okay? Then we have you being in your mind a little bit too much there, buddy. Buddy, I mean male and female. I don't mean to offend. But yeah, Nine of Scrolls is anxiety, fears, things that are keeping you up, things that you probably have a list of things to do and you haven't even got to them yet because you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, It's kind of like, when do I have time for love? When I have to work, when I have bills to pay, when I have a family to feed, when, you know what I mean? Just all of these things, it can be a little bit overwhelming, and it can make you feel like it can just bring you back to what you do, which is being stuck in your mind a little bit too much. What's clarifying your... I just blanked out. What's clarifying your challenges? I apologize. This is my last reading. Apparently. What's clarifying your challenges is the Queen of Stones. So this is you, Virgo. This is not gender specific, so it can be a man or a woman, okay? This is, again, you being in your element, but at the same time, it can be detrimental if you don't get in touch with the other sides of yourself. If you don't realize that, what your advice is, if you don't realize that you don't have to do everything, because the Queen of Stones, or the King of Stones, or the Queen of Pentacles, whatever you want to call it, that person, yes, they are nurturing, but they are also about, their home life and creating that balance and creating, a savings account and making sure that they're saving money and taking care of their responsibilities and having that practicality about them, and that's an awesome thing to have, but, you don't want to get stuck too much in an energy that may not serve you during this month. Okay, because we're just talking about June here. Well, so what's clarifying your outcome is the Page of Mirrors. So this is the Page of Cups. So you have hopeless, you have detach, and then we have a message that you need, or a message that could be coming to you regarding love. This could be your partner coming to you saying, I feel like you're drifting away and I kind of need you a little bit more present. There's love there. Clearly, you have cups in your reading. You had the Queen of Cups came up twice. So clearly you are in love. There is love there. But it could be the message that you're receiving is about, let's work on a relationship. Let's basically initiate a new phase of our relationship. And that's the message that you need to receive and you need to take heed to. Okay? So, Virgo, I wish you love and light and many blessings. I hope you enjoy the rest of your June. And please like, subscribe, and comment below if this does resonate with you. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.